Okie dokie. Hey guys. Okay. Hey guys. Relatable. How's everybody doing tonight? I just had to calm my little boy down. By making, hey y'all, what's up everybody? By making these videos, by making these videos, she is able to connect with others in a special kind of way. Hey, Basic Mama. Oh my God. What just happened? Oh my God. Did it just totally delete my whole thing? What happened? Why is it doing that? Oh my God. I'm so pissed off right now. I was literally just typing something up and it just, bam, gone. God, I'm so freaking frustrated right now. Ugh. Why, dude? Why did it do that? God damn it. Sorry, y'all. I'm really fucking annoyed right now. Is it in drafts? Oh my gosh, I think it is. No, it's not. Fuck. 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 Ah! Motherfucker. Oh, God damn it. Hey, Diana. What are you doing, girl? Oh, is it here? Oh, here it is. Thank you, Jesus. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. There it is. Fucking A, dude. I was about to be so mad. I was about to be so mad, y'all. Okay. So I'm over here trying to type up this damn top 25 list, and I freaking went to press enter, and it like totally took the thing off. Hey, Clarita. I'm making the top 25 recovery creators list, and right now I'm typing something up about each person, telling a little bit about their platform. What are you doing, honey? Hey, Lisa. What's up, girl? I think what I'm going to do is kind of just save this for right now. Yeah. Let me see. Options. I'm going to save it. Yeah. Oh. I'm having a good time. I love doing stuff to inspire people. And that's what I'm trying to do, is inspire people by sharing, different people's content that will inspire you guys. So another reason why I'm making this list, or we are making this list, is for the newcomer, for people who maybe don't know a lot of content creators here on TikTok. And so we're making this list so that way you can go to it and say, if you're a newcomer in the community, you can go to it and go, oh, hey, oh, hey, look, I need some support. And this person does this person does that. And so, because what I'm doing is I'm telling what each person does on their platform, like if they tell story times, if they do live streams, that kind of thing. And so it's going to be awesome. I'm really excited about it. Then I'm going to do another one, a mental health one. So, boom, chakalaka laka. It's going to be awesome, dude. It's going to be awesome. Okay. So, also, for any of you guys that want to join my community, my I'm going to make a video about it. It'll probably be a 3-minute video, and I'm going to talk about every single... Is my nose bleeding? That's why. Oh my God, it is. Sorry, guys. I knew there was something wrong. My nose felt weird. It was like running almost, and it's bleeding. What the fuck? Hey, Nate. My nose is bleeding too. That is so weird. I just noticed it. Was yours dry too? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going to make a 3-minute video. Ugh. Oh, yeah. Look. Sorry, guys. I'm not trying to be... Let me see. Look. Oh. Yeah. I don't usually have nosebleeds, though. You know? You okay, buddy? You feel better now that you and Daddy got to talk? Did you brush your teeth? I guess that's what it is. We were up in the mountains, too, so... Oh. Okay. It's not that bad, but it's annoying. Oh, also, remember about the giveaway we were doing last week? Do y'all remember? I was doing a giveaway with this beautiful ring right here. Okay. And then this one right here, which is turquoise. Yeah, turquoise. So I have to make a post about it because I haven't posted about it and tell you guys how to enter because I don't even know. I think what I'll probably do is just have you guys follow my Instagram. That's usually what I do. Follow my Instagram and YouTube and comment done. I have to go to the bathroom. Okay, go ahead, Betty. Okay, I'm getting out. Hold on. Yeah, aren't they pretty? Yeah. Yeah, this doesn't fit in there. Okay, love you, buddy. Oh, I did a giveaway like a week or two ago. No, 2 weeks ago. And I gave away $50. And Dupreezy won that one. Sam did. Sam, she won that one. So, I'm always trying to give back to the people that support me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not just about taking and taking and taking. I want to give back to you guys. Because I appreciate y'all's support more than you'll ever know. I'm getting all my bags unpacked. My husband's gun. Yeah, that's his gun. Okay, cool. So, get this all out of the way. My husband and my son got a crossbow. One of these things, a mini crossbow. And they're super excited about it. They're going to, obviously, Shoot it. Why is this window all the way open? Like, I don't get it. Yeah, I appreciate you guys so much. You have no idea. I don't know if I let you guys know enough how much I appreciate you guys, because especially like just look, a couple days, like just now recently, I have just like come up on getting hate recently again, and it's only, like I said, the only time I ever get hate is from people who are not doing anything to improve their life. People that are jealous and butthurt because they see me doing something and they don't think I should be able to do that. I don't know why. It's super annoying when you work really, really hard, and people are constantly like fucking with you. It's annoying as hell. But we gotta rise above, honey. We gotta rise above. Oh, Diana, don't you know, girl, that, no, not even Matt haters. Last night I made we're doing the recovery creator thing. I woke up this morning and there's literally, you'll never guess, one of my ultimate haters posted a video about it. Then another girl did, and she said she wasn't trying to be a hater or anything, so I don't think she was. But she was saying that it's not fair and it's not inclusive. Well, like, this kind of thing is like a friendly competition. It's to encourage people to keep making content and keep trying to get better. Yeah, recovery people. This one lady in particular, she hates me so much that she supposedly has me blocked on every platform, but she still finds a way to do it or stitch or some kind of screen record my video and talk crap about me. So, for those of you guys that don't know, me and my company I work for, yeah, she is, me and the company I work for, we, last year, we did a top 25 recovery content creators. And we made a list of content creators that we thought were killing it, right? We thought we're killing it and making bomb content and helping other people, right? Well, we did that last year. It went off without a hitch. It was awesome. So many people loved it, okay? I'm talking like APTV was on the list, Recovery Sal, Recovery Mike, Tara, Be Magic. Like, it was just awesome. And so many people got encouragement from it and were lifting each other up. So I was sitting around on vacation yesterday, and it popped in my mind. I said, we need to do another top 25 recovery list, right? And it's not judging people's recovery. It's literally just a way to show content creators that we appreciate them and that we enjoy their content and that they're doing a great job and to keep going, right? So I made a video because last year I just picked the people myself. Well, this year I thought, why don't I ask y'all to tag your favorites? Your favorite creators, right? That couldn't hurt nothing, right? So I came on and I was like, hey guys, I'm going to do another top 25 list and I would love for you guys to tag your favorite recovery creators, okay? And everybody was so excited about it. They were tagging there was over 1,000 comments on that video. People were meeting each other for the first time that had never seen each other. So many people found new accounts that they didn't follow. And it was an overall really positive experience. So I wake up this morning. Oh, gosh, I have a zit right here, y'all. I wake up this morning and there's 3 videos made by 3 different creators saying that it's not fair. It's not fair and it's not inclusive and that it's judging people for their recovery. First of all, this has nothing to do with your personal recovery and everything to do with what you're doing on this platform. What this is doing, what we're doing is we're recognizing people who we see who are busting their ass making content on this platform and trying to inspire and help other people. That's all. It's for fun too. It's not a cash prize. You're not going to win money if you get on the list. It's just a list that the company that I work for, we post the list on our website. That's it. Okay. And then I will share y'all's the list on all my platforms, and then I also interview each person who made it, okay, and I give them a chance to be interviewed on my account, and I post their interview to my YouTube channel, my Instagram, and my Facebook. Okay. So it's fun. It's just a fun way to encourage content creators. That's all. So basically, it's based off of their viewers, if they're viewers, right? And so but I could do it that way, or I could pick whoever I wanted. And so I didn't want to just pick somebody because, I felt like that would just be me being biased, right? So I was like, why don't I have the audience pick the people they want to, you know what I mean? Or tag the people. So that's what we did. They tagged the people that they wanted, and I went through, tallied up the tags, and I'm making the list now. And it's just for fun. It's just for fun. It's just a way to inspire you guys to keep making content. Nobody's better than the other person. It's just literally, about your audience. If your audience wanted to nominate you, they could nominate you. At the end of the day, I have the last say. Me and my boss have the last say in who goes on the list at the end of the day. And so it's just a way to inspire and help promote y'all's content on our website. Okay, so it goes on our website that gets like a bunch of traffic on it. And so it'll help you get your name out there and get exposure and other people to find you that need support. So it's fun. It's fun, you know what I'm saying? I could do it once every 6 months. I did it last year in March. So I've been doing it once a year. And that's why I make it to where you can only be on the list one time. You can't get on it twice. That way, multiple people have a chance to be recognized. Okay? Well, anyways, there's always got to be that one person who makes something that's positive and supposed to be uplifting into something that's negative. So don't be that person. You know what I'm saying? Don't be that person. This is literally it's fair. It's totally fair. It's totally fair. And here's the thing. It's not like you're winning a cash prize or anything. You don't have to participate. Like if you don't want to be in there, or you don't think that it's cool, then you just say, "Hey, Nicole, if people tag me, I don't want to be chosen." That's all you got to tell me, and then just keep it moving. There's no need to go online and make a video and talk about it not being fair. That's literally like being a baby. Like, it's not fair. Why? Because you think that you're not going to make the list? Do you know what I'm saying? Is that what it's about? It's really discouraging because, it's a positive thing. It's a positive thing that inspires people. And I'm always trying to do stuff to inspire people and lift people up. And it really hurts my feelings when I come online and I see people taking what I'm trying to do to inspire people and have a good time and twisting it around and trying to make it negative. It really, really hurts my feelings. It bothers me a lot. I wish people if they don't want to do something or they don't like something, would just scroll on past it. Don't even be involved then, you know? And if you hate me so much and you don't watch my content, then why do you care? I would love that. What I'm going to do, so after each person, after we do the thing, I'm going to interview them and they're going to come on and tell their story. Come tell their story here on my TikTok. But you know what would be an even cooler idea? I have to talk to all the people after I get them all on the list. I need to call all of them. Is for us to have like a huge Zoom meeting with all of them on it. You know what I mean? That would be cool. Hey, Kim. So anyway, like I said, I literally will shout anybody out. I will share my platform and give anybody an opportunity to come share their story. All you have to do is ask me, hey, Nicole, I really want to share my story. Can I come on your TikTok? Will you interview me? Sure. That's all you got to do is ask. A closed mouth don't get fed. Okay? And so if you want to tell your story and you feel like you're being left out and you haven't been able to tell your story, come on up, man. I'll interview you. I'm all about trying to help other people. I like how you're using your past to help change people's future. Hey, Ryan, what's up, man? Thank you. I appreciate that. I try. I'm not perfect, but I try. You know what I mean, Vern? Hey, Cupcake. You're getting your year? That's awesome. I loved P2. I swear y'all like making me laugh. I'm really freaking proud of you. Congratulations, honey. Congratulations, baby. Tell us how you did it, honey. Tell us how you did it. Are you the one that's, how old are you? How old are you? Was it when I was downstairs in my office with the piano behind me? I remember you. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. You want to come up and talk tonight or no? Man, I'm proud of you, man. Congratulations. That is awesome. Freaking way to go. I had to shine my ring up. Still needs to be cleaned more, but oh well. I'm so freaking proud of you. Congratulations, my sweetheart. I want to show you guys these things I got. They're Hey Flawless. They're called shower steamers. Hey Coco, what's up, baby? You put this in your shower while the shower's running and the steam goes up, and this one's for headache relief. Then, hey Mandy, this one is for waking up. I'm going to use this one tomorrow morning. And then this one is for relax and sleep. Then I also got a bunch of bath bombs. These are homemade from Eureka Springs. This one's tangerine and honeysuckle. Hey, honey.
Hey.
Tell us about how you got good 1 year.
Is my camera not on?
No, I can't see your face.
How do I turn it on?
And sorry about these are my zit stickers, you guys.
I'm trying to figure out how to...
Congratulations on 1 year.
Thank you.
Super proud of you, man. Super proud of you.
Pull myself up. I'm trying to pull myself up so you can see me, but I don't know why it's not working.
Hey, what's up?
Settings. There we go. I think I
remember you.
Wait,
I still can't see you. Hey, listen, I'm going to kick you off. When you come back on, right when you come back on, you'll see at the top, it'll say no camera or camera. Click camera, okay?
Okay.
All right. Going to come up and tell us about how he got his 1 year, you guys. He came on my TikTok about 6 months ago. Hey, Bama. He came on my TikTok about 6 months and had 6 months back then. So now, hello, darling.
Hello.
So tell us about what's going on.
So I don't know. I'm still in the same group that I was in before, and I went to that I was in I'm still in the the group like for younger people.
Yep,
So
I remember.
I went to an NA meeting for the first time, and I had been going to AA meetings before, but I don't know. I just liked the NA meeting a lot better, and it was really cool. So I work at Cracker Barrel, so every time that I don't work at Cracker Barrel and I don't have a meeting, I go to NA meetings with my friends or whatever now. But I don't know. I don't have any questions to answer. So.
Well, okay, tell us this. So, since we talked to you last time, what have you done in the last 6 months that has really helped you stay steadfast and stay sober? What have you been doing to
Service.
maintain your sobriety?
Service. Definitely,
Tell us about
definitely,
your service.
definitely service. It's it's sort of I don't know. It's like crack almost, you know what I mean? When it comes
I
out of
know
the
what you
right
mean.
place, when it comes out of the right place and it's you're not really doing it for yourself, you're just doing it for what you're supposed to do service for. It's just it's so weird because I remember before I had never read this the Ninth Step Promises, but I had recently read it actually I think it was a few weeks after the first time I was talking to you on the live. One of my counselors came up to me and I was like, oh my god, because I was freaking out because all this good stuff was happening to me, right? And
Uh-huh.
I didn't know why it was happening, and I was taking these good actions and everything. But she was talking about the Ninth Step Promises, and she was just listing off things that I had gotten, and it's the one that really stuck was being able to comprehend the word serenity. I never thought about how it's if give me a definition of if you can't give me a definition of if, right? You kind of what it is, but you don't know what it is. So it's a really surreal feeling being able to know what serenity means, but to a point where it's you've experienced it, if that makes any sense. It's kind of doing
I
acid.
know.
Yeah.
I know. When I first started having serenity, I thought I was bored, honey, because I didn't have no drama or chaos going on in my
Yeah.
life. So I was like, ugh, I'm so bored. And my sponsor was like, are you really bored or are you just being okay? You're being okay with being at home by yourself and not having a bunch of friends over? And since you brought up the Ninth Step Promises, I want to read this to everybody. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
It says, if we are painstaking about this phase of our development, we will be amazed before we are halfway through. We are going to know a new freedom and a new happiness. We will not regret the past nor wish to shut the door on it. We will comprehend the word serenity and we will know peace. No matter how far down the scale we have gone, we will see how our experience can benefit others. That feeling of uselessness and self pity will disappear. We will lose interest in selfish things and gain interest in our fellows. Self seeking will slip away. Our whole attitude and outlook upon life will change. Fear of people and of economic insecurity will leave us. We will intuitively know how to handle situations which used to baffle us. We will suddenly realize that God is doing for us what we could not do for ourselves. Are these extravagant promises? We think not. They are being fulfilled among us, sometimes slowly, or sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly, but they will always materialize if we work for them. So,
Are those
a lot of
weed
people don't know
stickers?
what they. Yeah, they're my pimple things. That's what they only had these kind.
funny.
I ordered them online at Ulta.
Wow.
Sorry about
Sorry,
that.
what were you saying?
I know a lot of people don't know what the ninth step promises are, and so, um, I know what you mean when you say like all these things were happening in your life that were positive things, and it's kind of like when you've gone through your addiction and you've experienced so much trauma and negativity and chaos, and then you start seeing like the benefits of staying sober and like getting your family back and like having relationships that you thought were lost forever be rekindled, you know what I'm saying? And like your parents trusting you and being able to work your job and not call in and actually save money. It's like, wow, it
Oh
can
wait, no,
all of a
yeah,
sudden
I
you
get
realize
that
you're
one.
like, what?
I said like the job thing. Like I remember like early sobriety, like I had like these jobs or whatever. I could not keep a job for my life after more than 2 weeks. Like
Yep.
more than two. Like I could not. It was like bad. I would literally just be. It was always like fun before work and not work before fun. Like I would always want to do something fun, if even if it like risked me losing my job. Like didn't matter if I had to pay for repairs on my car or pay for a new phone or like anything like that. Like I just didn't really care about anything. But
Dude, I'm so proud of you. Like, I just want you to
thank
know
you.
that. Like, I'm so proud of you. And it's so awesome to see that, like, you were on here 6 months ago and now you got your year.
Yeah. Well, okay, so something so I on the it was actually more than 6 months ago because on the year I mean on the live that I was on last time, I had said that it was March 17th, but it's actually
Hmm.
April 18th. And the reason being is like it really freaked me out when I found out. I found out like a few months ago, like maybe 1 or 2 months ago, that I had relapsed on my 30 days, like the day after my 30 days. Um and I had no memory of it, and I still don't have any memory of it. But like, I was on the phone with one of my friends, and we started talking and talking, and we got to the point, and she was like talking about, "Hey, remember that one time that like?" And it was a really weird thing. It was like this lady at the nail salon that we were at was like, she gave us wine, like public
Uh-huh.
place, like just gave us wine, and I drank it. And I was like, send me the picture, and she was like, okay, and it said April 18th, so um, it freaked me out because it wasn't that I didn't say anything out of like dishonesty, but my mom's asking who I'm talking to. Um, it wasn't that I wasn't saying anything out of dishonesty. I mean, there was obviously like a point of dishonesty, but then like at some point, like I just had forgot everything. Um,
Y'all, I just want you to understand how proud of Cupcake I am. Um, he's only 16 years old and he's celebrating 1 year sober. I was just telling everybody that you're only 16 years old and that you're celebrating 1 year sober. And so I don't want to get him in trouble with his parents or whatever, but I just really wanted to bring him on here and let him share with you guys about his year. Did you hear me?
yeah.
I was
Yeah. I
telling
was texting my mom.
I was telling everybody I don't want to get you in trouble with your mom and dad, but I just really am proud of you, and I really am proud of you.
Thank you.
And that stay in sobriety because I know you see everybody that's passing away, people that are using fentanyl, and it's just so dangerous. And you could sky's the
Yeah.
limit for you. Sky is the limit.
Yeah. There was a community event not that long ago at the group that I go to.
Uh-huh.
And they're thinking about making more of them, making them more widespread. Because in the area that we have, there's like it's like the problem isn't a lot of people. There's like a big misconception about like poor areas versus rich areas. Like rich areas have just as bad of a drug problem. If not now, they're getting worse
Uh-huh.
because these kids just like have all this money from their parents and they just go out and like buy prescription pills rather than actual pills. So it's like, and they think that like they can do whatever they want with them because they don't have fentanyl in them, but they have fentanyl in them.
Yep.
And like something that was like really like caught my attention is I stopped going to the school that I originally went to the high school I went to, and now I go to this like more smaller school. Uh, it's like 4 hours a day, but at the school that I was going to before, you wouldn't ever hear. It was like a big deal. Like if someone greened out, like threw up from weed at school, like once a semester. Now it's like there's someone like overdosing on like drugs, like at least once a week there, and it's just like a normal thing now.
Oh,
Like
wow.
now,
That makes me
like
so
I got
scared.
yeah, like I got kicked out for weed, right? They don't even really kick people out there for weed anymore.
Right, because
Like
because
it's
fentanyl is
crazy.
so. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It's almost like they say, "Oh well, fentanyl is so much worse." But I'm gonna be honest with you, and I don't want to offend anybody that uses medical marijuana, but a lot of these kids start out using cannabis, and that's what happens is using cannabis kind of opens them up to, and then they start drinking alcohol, and then they start taking pills, and they graduate up that ladder.
Like I people a lot of people like to say that like weed isn't a gateway drug, but like I feel like for addicts it definitely is because it just kind of like opens the door to that. Like on 1 second.
You're okay.
What? 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 I'm on the phone. Wait. Yeah, I know. Okay. Okay. What? Okay. Yes. Cuz I'm on the phone. That is like literally so weird and embarrassing. What was I even saying?
It's okay. Don't worry. I totally understand. I'm a mom too, so I understand. Um, Honestly, I don't know. I just totally got distracted. Um, Let me think. We were talking about kids in high school, with the fentanyl and how they, weed being a gateway for some people.
Oh yeah, like I remember I had done acid before I had even really smoked real weed. Um
Mhm.
so that was like a thing. It was like I don't even know. I just had this like huge like interest for like drugs for some reason, like, and it didn't really like matter what anyone else really had to say about it. Like it didn't matter like all the testimonies I would hear from other people or like people telling me not to do it. It was just like I was gonna do it either way, and like that's something I'm scared for with my brother,
Mhm.
and stuff like that. But I don't know.
How old's your little brother?
He's in seventh grade, so I think 14.
My son is 7 years old, and I just want you to know that my biggest fear is that he'll get something at school, and something will happen. So I just want you to know I'm so freaking proud of you, and I don't want you to get in trouble with your parents. So I'm going to follow you. Send me a DM and make sure you send me messages and let me know how you're doing in your sobriety. And if you're willing and if you're able to, I would love for you to come on and share your whole story one evening if you'd like to.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. See you later, man.
See ya. Bye.
Bye. You guys, 16 years old, celebrating his first year sober. Um, that is amazing, amazing. And like I said, I don't want to get him in trouble with his parents because I know it's a school night. They got school tomorrow. Hey, Renee, but this is why I love TikTok so much because I can connect with so many different people. Now, what he is able to do is he's actually able, sorry, I have a pimple sticker on me, actually able to go to a meeting that is for teenagers, a 12-step meeting that's for teenagers. So I just think that's so freaking awesome, and I'm so proud of you. So if you're still in here, I'm proud of you. Keep moving forward. Don't ever stop. Okay. So, I would too. To be young again, you guys. Lord help me, Jesus. I would just live my life. So, honestly, I want to ask you guys a question. Hey, what's up, Raven? I want to ask you guys a question. If you could go back and change the fact that you used drugs for the first time, would you? If you could go back and change the fact that you tried drugs for the first time, would you do it? And if you guys have any questions or if you want to come up and share about your sobriety, you're more than welcome to. Petty says absolutely nothing would be changed. Hey, Coco. I don't know, girl. Pineapple says, surprisingly, no, I would not. My experiences made me who I am today. I would go with him if he was closer. Heck yeah, Renee. Blunt says, absolutely. I hurt my shoulder bad. I see the doctor on Tuesday. Oh man, I hope you feel better, honey. Yeah, it's probably on your end. I went ahead and followed you though on your new account, Coco. So I guess I'll share with you guys how I feel. Um, you know, I can't even lie to you guys and say that, like, honestly, if I could go back and change and do things a little bit differently, if I could, like, go back in time, I honestly think I would. I would go back and I would listen to my parents and I would, um, like actually listen in school and like I think if I could have a second chance at life, I might go back and change it. You know what I mean? Um, and hey, Alicia. Oh, Alicia, did you see my post on YouTube? We're gonna do our members only on Wednesday, and I'm so sorry that I didn't do it this week. I honestly was just, and then we went on that little 3-day vacation, and so honestly, I needed that. I needed that time with my family to connect and just, to just be happy with my family because I haven't been able to be with my husband. You know what I mean? In a while. Okay, good. I just want to make sure. And what will what will happen? So a lot of times, you guys, um, I will just like keep going and going and going, and I will just not. I need to start taking time off for my family. You know what I mean? Listen to this comment that I got today, y'all. Wow, I cannot imagine how girls of this caliber, talking about me, get pregnant by dudes. Like, how disgusting are the dudes to impregnate someone like this whale of a female? Yeah. Yeah. I just want you guys to know, like, this is the kind of stuff that, like, I put up with. I put up with this kind of stuff all the time. And he literally has commented on my page like 6 times. Listen, I want to read y'all this one. It's always a boy that the girl meets that is using and gets the girl addicted to drugs. It sucks. It totally sucks. I have friends, lady friends, ex-girlfriends that are now addicted to meth, and it's all because of the dude that they're mad. And it sucks because there's so many scumbag losers out there that say a few sweet things to a few females, and like I can't even read what the saying is, but he literally goes on to say, um, never mess with a girl that does drugs. Girls that do drugs are trash. Trash, I tell you. Women that use drugs are trash. I give zero fucks about a girl that uses drugs. Like, never, ever, ever, ever. I don't even want a girl that drinks alcohol. No girls are supposed to be seen, not heard. And when they use drugs, they are most definitely heard and seen. So, yeah, don't date a girl that even smokes pot. Hey, Coco. Girl. So, do you see what I deal with, you guys? Like, it's beyond me. It's beyond me. Okay. Um. Oh gosh, I'll tell you guys this. Okay. Um. I used to get really, really upset and like in my feelings to where it would almost make me emotional. But honey, I don't get emotional now. I just honestly, I think I can't. I think to myself, wow, what happened to these people that it makes them feel good to leave horrible, mean, nasty comments on people's content? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and I also wonder to myself this: what, how, how miserable do you have to be hyper focused on someone else's actions in life? Okay. And so I understand that I put myself out there online and I make content online. But for people that hate me so much because I'm such a terrible scammer, liar, cheater, they sure do they stay watching me. Like, they stay watching me, and they stay talking about me, and they stay making videos about me, you know? Um when I don't like somebody, I don't watch their content. Like, they're the last people that I want to see. Like, I want to avoid them like the plague. Do you know what I'm saying? Sorry, I haven't reached out to say thank you so much. It was, hey, Victoria, what's up, girl? There are a few people who try to get their partners, friends addicted, so they use them for drugs. Ryan, that is true. Absolutely, pineapple, absolutely. Well, I'll tell you, they're some of my biggest fans are the people who literally hate watch me. Um, like, I didn't realize, but one of my fans is still watching me, dude. Still, this girl still watching me, and still making videos about me. I'm so proud of you, Victoria. How are you doing? Are you doing good with it? And I'm telling you guys, I have come such a long way from where I used to be. I used to really, really focus on the negative comments and stuff like that. Now, like I said, I just delete them and block the person. I've come such a long way in the last couple of years on here, because I don't know if you guys have realized this yet, but I'm a very sensitive person. Like, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I try to help every person that I can. I go out of my way to be of service to other people. Um, and so, probably, I can almost guarantee you that they are. Um, Making content and sharing my story with people, it helps me to stay sober. It literally has saved my life. And now you guys are part of that. Y'all are part of helping save my life and helping me stay on the right path. I know what you're saying, Renee. I know what you mean, girl. I know what you mean. Um, that's why, like recently, you guys, what I've been doing on the app, and I'm gonna be straight up with you guys, is I will post my videos here and then I'll log off the app. Um, the only way that you can really get a hold of me is if you DM me on here or Instagram. I have it set up to, if you DM me here, I get a little ding ding on my phone, so I know they're obviously like what they obviously like what you're doing and are jealous. They must have sad lives. Honestly, Ryan, it's hard, man. It's sometimes I think to myself, like, Nicole, you just need to keep staying positive. Try to pray for that person and lift them up. You know, maybe they're going through something. I try to think in my head that maybe they are hurting. You know what I mean? But then I still don't believe that being hurt is an excuse to constantly bully me. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's been happening. Um, yep, screen recording everything. Diana knows. She knows the deal. uh, yes, keep making content. Your words of encouragement is helping a lot of people. Thank you, Victoria. I try, girl. I know. What's up, K-Dub? Hey, what are you doing? Hey, you wanna come up and talk a little bit? Yeah, I'm burning live up today because I was on a little vacation with my husband, and I took you guys with me to the river. I took you guys with me to walk around. Okay, hold on. Um, there, I sent you an invite. You can either come up as a guest or me. What's up?
What's happening? What are you doing?
Not much. Just sitting here at the house, chilling, burning up the live streams.
I know you've been on there for. I said, God dang, she's still on there.
Well, I was on and then I came right back on. I've been on now for like 20 or 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what's up? What are you doing? Tell us about something. Tell us something good.
I was just sitting around doing nothing, and then I just saw that Will Smith smacked the fuck out of Chris Rock at the Oscars just now.
Why?
He made a joke. And Will Smith walked up on stage and smacked him right in the mouth during the middle of the show.
Are you kidding me?
It's the hair thing.
Hold on a second.
Thing. Mm-hmm.
Let me see this. I gotta look this up.
Go to Twitter. Just type in Will Smith Jada, and it'll be all over Twitter.
Twitter.
So Jada's bald headed now because she has something going on, either a hair, like a condition. I don't think it's cancer, but she's losing her hair, so she shaved her head. And Chris Rock was just making little lighthearted jokes, and he was like, "Hey, Jada, you look great tonight. G.I. Jane 2, it's going to be phenomenal." You know, like just being cool. And Will literally got up and walked 30 feet across the stage and smacked him in the mouth, and then went and sat down. He was like, "Keep my fucking wife's name out of your mouth." Like,
wow.
I would have never believed it. Yeah, check it out. It's wild.
Hold on, here it is. Hold on, guys.
Yeah, that's it. That's a good one.
Hold on, I got to get it on my computer because I can't even hear it on here. Oh crap, I don't want to do it. Hold on, you guys. I want to do it on my computer so y'all can see it too. Damn, thanks for telling us. Now we got to go look.
I couldn't believe it. My wife told me, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" And I tried to YouTube it, but I was like, "No, that ain't gonna be on there." But Twitter, Twitter lit up immediately.
Damn, man. Okay. She probably has, I thought, or I had it for a while. It's called alopecia.
Yeah. I know those with it.
Okay, I actually had it from it was tension alopecia from wearing my hair up in a bun all the time. Okay, here. Damn it. Why is it so quiet, dude? It's this person.
It's about to do it right now.
I got it. Wow, they got it on shorts and everything, dude.
Oh, it's everywhere. It's going to be the hottest thing in the world.
Oh, shit. Wow, dude. Hold on. He just went up there and straight stole on dude.
Yeah, Chris kept it cool though. Like he tried to keep it together, but he I mean,
for all of you. Go to every computer in your
Wow, it's so quiet. Hold on, we're gonna have to do. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's not it. What the hell, dude? Okay. No one's wearing a mask. Yep.
it's insane how everything just stopped, huh? I guess there's no more COVID deaths, no more body getting sick, no nothing. It's just all World War III now.
Oh no. Yeah, I noticed. We went to Eureka Springs and nobody was wearing masks. Nobody.
No, they're not. It's wild.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, it's
Okay.
about to be right here. Leave it right here. It's about to do it right.
Okay.
It's like 10 seconds from now. See, it's a little innocuous joke. Nothing mean
Oh, look
spirited
at
about
her
it. Jada
face.
didn't like it, but
Did you see her face?
yeah, she was pissed. But look at Chris. He said, "Uh-oh." But just keep watching it though. He's yelling at him and everything from the front row. Like it's wild.
He just got quiet.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know what to do.
They bleeped it out.
Oh, they bleeped it out. Look at him.
Yeah, he keep.
Keep my wife's mouth out of your fucking name's mouth out of your fucking mouth.
That's why. I'm curious to see what Chris Rock does with it because he's, one of the best stand-ups in the world. Like, he literally just gave Chris Rock like $3 million worth of material, just like lighting his ass up and making jokes about him the rest of his life.
Like you watched them, like you read a book or something. You know what you really did was get high and watch Netflix. So here we go.
I cannot believe he did that, dude.
I can't either. That's bananas. Like that's literally my reaction right there. I was like, what? Really? And then then I started looking at other videos, and during the commercial, like Denzel and Tyler Perry went over there and pulled Will Smith aside, and you could tell they're like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you can't do that.
Right.
Especially with all that stuff they've had with him and Jada and her admitting to like having a boyfriend at times. Like, y'all are so
I know, right?
polarizing. You can't do that, man. Oh, I didn't mean to derail the whole podcast. It was just bananas.
No, I do not think that was staged at all.
No, me either.
Not at all. You could tell that he caught Chris Rock totally off guard, too. Like, he was just like, wow, dude,
Yeah,
I would have been pissed.
Well, you got to think, too, when's the last time Chris Rock's got hit in the face by anybody?
When's the last time any of us got hit in the face by anybody?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You don't just get punched in the face every day anymore these days.
Yeah,
I wonder if she's having something really, really bad going on, and that was just super disrespectful. I don't know. I don't know.
It might be one of those things where it's worse than what they think, or it's worse than what it looks like, but they're not saying nothing. And then Chris is going to do what he does. That's what he's supposed to do. And then it just hit the right, like a tuning fork just hits the right
Will Smith
sound.
Just punched the shit out of Chris Rock on live TV on the Oscars. Chris Rock was up there, he's leading the Oscars, and Jada Pinkett Smith, his wife, Will Smith's wife, she had to have her head shaved because she's having some kind of illness or something like that. And Chris Rock made a joke and said, G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it again. And Will Smith walked right up there on stage and said, bah! Don't talk about my wife. Don't keep her name out of your mouth. I had to tell my husband.
Yeah, it's bananas.
Wow, that was wild, y'all.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know. I never think violence is never and never a good option for anything. But like to see celebrities that are like that are stooping to that level, like Chris Rock could probably can he sue him or something?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's first degree assault on. That's an assault case on camera, like it's on the world news. You know,
Wow.
just like prime example. So you had like, this past weekend, or last weekend, there was a UFC fight between two guys.
Mhm.
The one guy who talks the most shit ended up beating like the hometown kid from Miami, Jorge Masvidal. Well, after the
Mhm.
fight, like 2 days after the fight, Colby Covington's in a restaurant in Miami, and Jorge heard he was down there, and Colby's turned into like a WWE villain because they were gonna cut him from the UFC, so he made himself into a character, and he was sitting there eating dinner, and Jorge walked up behind him and just like smoked him, like hit him in the side of the face. These are two guys who get paid to punch people in the face, but since they were in the restaurant, he's got like he's facing 3 felonies. He got arrested. I mean, you can't do that.
Wow. Wow. I wonder what somebody just said in the comment. Somebody just said she has alopecia.
Yeah,
I
I think
have
she
that.
probably does. I've known a couple girls that have that.
And it's super depressing because all of a sudden your hair just starts falling out. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened to me. It was falling out in huge chunks everywhere on my head.
So this is oddly, it's silly to compare what you got like alopecia does to women, because I understand, women in hair is a much greater thing than men in hair, but it's kind of a thing for dudes. So when I was in prison in like 2013, I got transferred to Oakdale, Louisiana, out of the blue. I wasn't put in for a transfer. I didn't know it was happening. And then they just locked me up one day and I got shipped the next day. So I found out my oldest daughter was doing Locks for Love, and she was growing her hair out and donating it. Like I've got super thick hair. Like my granny, my mama, they loved it, all that. So I was like, you know what? While I'm down here, I'll do the same thing. So my pony, like, you have to have like a 10-inch ponytail. Mine was probably at like right at 10, maybe 11 inches. And I ended up and it looks ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like on a dude who does in prison, like you look ridiculous. I just try to like tighten it up and put a hat on. So I ended up getting in a fight with a guy, and I got put in the shoe. And since we're at a low and we both denied the fight, I was in the shoe for like 120 days behind it, where I should have been in there for 10.
Damn.
So while I
And the
was in the
shoe, just
shoe,
so y'all know, the shoe is like solitary confinement.
right, like 23-1, terrible. But the shoe down there was really cool because one of my buddies who kind of ran the yard, he was one of those guys who would get in, start running the yard, and like he would know the cops. Like he wasn't buddies with the cops, but he took care of problems the cops couldn't handle. You know what I'm saying? It was like old school
Yeah.
type stuff. So he was in there at the same time. So we had it good in the shoe, extra trays, extra books, just the little things that make it bearable. But when you're in the shoe, I had a 4-inch, those little black combs, the little black tooth combs that don't do anything. That's all I had for my hair, and I didn't know how to take care of long hair, so I was brushing it from the top middle part down instead of from the bottom up, and it pulled all the hair out on the top of my head. So then when I cut my hair off when I got out of the shoe, now on the top of my head, like I can't grow, like it grows, but if I look down, you can see it on the top of my head. And when I say that's bothered me for the last 10 years, like having like a bald spot on it. So I can only imagine what it'd be like for a woman, because it bothers me now, and I wear a hat every day before then. You know what I mean?
Women are, for me, I know, like my hair, I still say it. Like David and Goliath, my hair is my strength.
Absolutely.
Yeah, also, because I struggle with my weight, my hair is also something that makes me feel like safe. Like having short hair, I don't like it because I feel like I look fatter. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I know exactly what you mean. Like even now, like I'm 65 pounds heavier than when I came home 2.5 years ago, and it's all none of it's good weight. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
So, but when you get a haircut and you're looking good, it feels like it takes the eye line, pulls people's eyes off of any, even if they're self-perceived imperfections, it takes it away from it.
Right. Totally. Yeah. I'm over here complaining about my weight and eating cheese dip.
Cheese dip's delicious.
It's delicious, though. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're happy and you're married. You don't worry about those things because your partner doesn't care because they see.
I asked my husband. You're so right about that. I was talking to my husband the other day, and I was like, "Do you love me no matter what?" And he's like, "I love you. I think you're sexy. I think you're beautiful. You're my best friend. Like, I love you. I love you, Nicole." And I'm like, "You don't think I'm like disgusting and fat and all?" And he's like, "No, you know."
Yeah, I get.
And he's like,
I get yelled at for. I ask those same questions too. I get like, dude, what are you talking about? Shut up.
Yeah, my husband's the same way. He's like, he goes, if you're unhappy and you want to make a change, I'll support you. But I love you for you, who you are.
Don't do it because of me, because I don't feel that way at all.
You know?
Absolutely.
I'm so happy to. You're married, aren't you?
Yeah, I got married in end of January on the 30th.
Oh, really? How long have y'all been together?
We've been together on and off since I was 17, but she held me down the whole time I was in prison. So it was just it was just one of those things where it was just like a matter of fact, like, this is what it is. Because for somebody to hold you down for a decade, you can't, all the money in the world can't buy that. You know what I mean?
What did you go to prison for? Tell me what you went to prison for.
Bank robbery.
Oh, yeah, you told me that already. How did you rob a bank? Did you just walk in there and give them a note?
The first time I did it twice. This is what's crazy. I did it twice. So I went to rehab like March of 2009. I went to a long-term inpatient rehab. It was a 7-month program. And, looking back on it and looking at all the people I know who've ever been to rehab, I see the importance of being a long-term program, because getting clean is maybe 10 or 15% of it, but understanding what it is and to live in it for time, that's what really makes it work.
Yep.
But what happened was, when I went to rehab, I went in there because I was just sick of everything going on in my life. And then my mom, I was actually living with my dope dealer. My mom and my dad, they stopped by my dope man's house, and I saw him. My mom got out of the truck and she put a note on my dope man's car. And so they left, and I went out there and got it. And she was like, "Hey, you're my only kid. I had you when I was 17. I love you more than anything in this world." But she was like, "I can't love you to death because you're going to kill me in the process. Like, I can't do that. And the only person out here in the world who truly loves me besides you is my husband. And I'm going to lose that in the process of loving you to death. And I'm not going to do it. But if you want to get better, I'll help you." So, that crushed my soul. And then probably 2 months later, I was like, "Hey, Mom, can you call the guy?" And she was like, "Absolutely." So I went, and then I got in there, and anytime I have any structure in my life, I do really well.
Me too.
And so I got in there, everything's going good. Wasn't a too bad of a detox process. But it was no medical detox. It was like, you're a junkie and you want to be here. Well, it's going to suck for a while, man, and that's on you. Can you deal with that? Sure. But after probably 6 weeks, I had started working out again and living right physically. And then 3 or 4 guys wanted to do better that way. So I started coaching guys. And then the guy who was the cook for the rehab was this dude named Chin. And Chin was a great guy. I mean, but he was he was 5'8", 400 pounds. He fried everything. There was only 14 of us in the house. So
yeah,
everything he cooked was fried this, breaded that, garbage this. And I was like, "Yo, Chin," I didn't have a job. And Chin worked during the day. He was actually a cook during the day. And I was like, "Look, Chin, let me take over the cooking role so you don't have to do it anymore. And, I can do it and I can clean up the food, because So then I started like baking stuff and sauteing stuff in like olive oil instead of like lard, and you know what I mean? So then it turned into like, out of the 14 guys there, like 10 of us were like eating good, planning meals, drinking water only, working out with a plan. And then fast forward, graduate in November, and then I move into a house. It's me, my baby mama, and our 1 year old. And I didn't know how to be bored. Like I didn't. People don't. That was the biggest problem. Is when you're a junkie, you spend up to 4 to 6 hours, if not more, a day trying to figure out how to come up with enough money to get well. And then I go to rehab, and then I keep myself busy all day. People need me. I'm a valuable member of the community. And then I go to this house, and I get up, go to work, come home, eat dinner. I'm with the old lady and the baby, and that's it. I have 6 to 8 hours a day of downtime, not doing anything, not feeling like I'm benefiting anyone. Now, obviously, now as I got perspective, I look back on it and I see, well, obviously, I provided some, I could have, but I wasn't.
Right.
In the short term. So after about 3 or 4 months of that, I was like, well, this is really boring. I didn't know how to be bored. So I was like, this is really boring. I'll just, do a pill on Saturday when I get up and it'll be cool. And then Sunday, maybe Sunday, probably not. And then, within 6 weeks of that, I'm doing dope every day and hiding, lying, and sneaking. And that was so I probably started using it again at the end of January of 2010. And then by May, everything was about to fall down around me. Like, I couldn't hide the money, like the money coming up short, bills not getting paid, anything like that. And out of nowhere, I just get this thought, like, I'll just rob a bank. Like, okay, like, where does that come from? Like, okay.
That comes from desperation.
Yeah, because nobody on the planet knew I was doing it, and I didn't want to let anybody down. You know that feeling.
Yep. You were desperate. Yep.
So then I was like, okay, cool. And I did it, and I got away with it. And I was like,
oh, shit. How much did you get on the first time?
It's probably like $6,000 because I wasn't paying attention. And I was just like, I was so sketched out and scared that I was just like, I kept looking around. And the lady, I just walked in. And I was like, give me all the money. And the lady didn't want to. But if you work at a bank, the rules say if somebody says that, you have to do it, because if you don't, and then like I flip out and shoot someone, then it's on her. You know what I mean?
Right.
So she was slick with it though. Like, she was stacking up like stacks of ones instead of 20s and 50s and hundreds. And then I saw what she was doing, and I was like, give me the hundreds. And it was like $6,000. And then that was June 1st. And then I ran into a guy I hadn't seen in probably 11 years that afternoon. And I said, hey man, what are you doing now I said, what are you doing now? He was like, for work? And I was like, yeah. He was like, no, I just sell drugs. I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, I just sell pills. I was like, what, do you got some? And he was like, yep. And so I run into this plug that I haven't seen in 11 years, and he's selling everything basically at like 60% of what everybody else is selling it for. So that didn't go well. And then 10 days later, I was out of money again, and
10 days later?
Yeah.
Okay.
But then 10 days later, I did it again, and what's crazy is I stopped because I went by my mom's house, and because my mom and my dad were into motorcycles at the time, and there was an extra motorcycle there, and I had this plan, like it was like neon blue and white, and I bought some like black vinyl like sheets to cover it with, but I made pull tabs, so like if I go in, rob the bank, come out, and get somewhere where no one sees me, drive for like 2 minutes and get like in a cut, I can pull all the vinyl off in under 2 minutes, and I'm on a different bike with different clothes, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But as I was walking out of my mama's house, I was like, this thought came out. I was literally about to walk out the door. I was like, maybe I should take a gun. And I mean, I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll do that. So I did that.
Oh, shit.
And that's really the only question I can't answer about that. Pretty much about anything in my life, as far as why did you do what you did. That's the gun doesn't make sense, but I always refer back to the whole. If I wouldn't have taken a gun, I would have only went to prison for 3 years. And I know if I would have only went for 3 years, I would have come out and started doing bad again at some point. Versus
So that gun basically kind of saved your life, even though it made you do more time.
that gun cost me 6.5 more years of my life in prison. But if I don't go to prison at 25 with an 11-year sentence and having to do almost 10 calendar years on it, if I don't feel like that soul-crushing loss of losing everything for a decade, I know I come home after 3 years and start doing dope again at some point.
Yeah.
And
because 3 years is like a slap on the wrist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because by the time you get through court and all that, you've been in jail for 12 or 15 months already. But you're going to go home next year. And so, and then not only that, like 4 months after I got locked up, that's when like all the fentanyl started hitting my city. So I literally completely missed that entire decade of fentanyl just drowning my city and killing people, which it definitely would have got me. So it's kind of like a big picture thing, best thing that could have happened to me. But at the time, I didn't see it, you know?
Right. Damn, dude. You did 10 whole years, right?
Yeah, it was like 9 years, 7 months. It was right at it.
What was it when you first got there? What was your thought when you first, like your first night in your bed? What was your thought? What was going through your mind?
In jail or in prison?
Prison.
Well, so in jail, when I went to jail, I was like 190 pounds. I was still in pretty good shape. But my county jail is notorious for like starving you to death and, you know, freezing you to death. It's just real miserable. So I spent over the course of 15 months, that's what it took me 15 months from the day I got arrested to the day I went to prison to get there. And I moved 6 times during those 15 months. And I was 160, I'm 6'2", so I was 160 pounds on the day I got to prison. Like I was a bone bag. So we get to prison, and it was a new prison in West Virginia, in McDowell, West Virginia. It had been opened about 10 months when I got there. And what's crazy is it's beautiful up there. I mean, it's literally in like the middle of the Appalachians, just gorgeous on top of the mountain, because that's where the prison is, on top. But the first night I got to prison, we got there kind of late, so we ate. You know, they brought us food from the chow hall in like to-go boxes. And that was a relief, because I'd been there, you know, jail is the hardest time you'll ever do. And I don't care what anybody says. Jail is the hardest time you can, county jail,
yeah. It sucks.
So
it sucks.
I was just relieved to get to somewhere to where I knew it wasn't going to be as stressful. But I also looked at it like well, it's 2011 and I don't get to go home till 2019. So this is my life now, you know. And I'd never been to prison before, so I start running like the prison movie scenarios, like, am I going to have to beat up the biggest guy tomorrow and do all that? But I was just basically like happy to have somewhere to call. Not home. I mean, not home, but that was my home, you know. So I was just like, this is where I'm at. So it was very relieving. But when I got to county jail, I mean, so when I robbed the bank the second time, I got in a real bad motorcycle wreck, and like I had road rash and broke my ankle real bad, and my teeth were like knocked loose and all this shit. So when I was in the county for the first week, I just slept. Like I slept through all my DTs, which was a biggest blessing I could have ever had. But that's when it was like, well, I threw my life away. It's over. I'm done. You know, this is my life now. I'm just going to be, you know, a convict for the rest of my life. Because if you get locked up at 25 and you're going to be gone until you think you're 35 or 40, that's a lifetime.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, I'm just going to go in here and play by whatever rules they set. And if it's real ugly rules, I'm just going to go as hard as I can to where I don't have any problems. And that's not me. Like, I'm not a violent guy by nature. I've probably been in 4 fights my whole life, but I wasn't gonna go into the scenario and be like a victim or like a pushover.
When you went to prison, though, As long as you minded your own business and shit, like you didn't have no problems, right?
No, I never had any. The only problem I had was like 4 years later when I got into it with a black guy, which in federal prison that's never supposed to happen. Never.
Because
Politics
y'all are
say
separated?
no because different races are never supposed to touch each other because
Right. I understand that. I know
yeah.
in like in California Department of Corrections, like they have it separated by black, the white, the Hispanics, the people that are like um not Native American, but Indian from like like
Yeah.
Middle Eastern.
Yeah,
And
there's a
it's
bunch of different sects everywhere you go, but you have white, black, Hispanic, and kind of like an other category, meaning like middle. Because in the feds you deal with people from all over the world. You got Russians and Pakistanis, and so they either get in with one of the three primary groups from the U.S. or they kind of have like their own small group. But then, of course, within you have the white guys who are solo. You have the white guys who are gangbangers. You have the black guys solo, black guys gangbangers. There's all little subsects, but like getting in a fight with another race, it's just you just don't do it because it can turn into a riot real quick. But all the
yeah.
a lot of the black guys were scared of this dude because he was a monster. He was a giant dude. But he had been there for a year and he'd probably overstayed his welcome by about 11 months. And then finally one day I couldn't take it no more. I was like, dude, fuck you, man. Whatever happens, happens, but fuck you.
Damn,
But
damn. I never, when I was locked up, I didn't get into any fights, but it was a lot of the stuff that happens in women's prisons way different than men's. It's like more of like, it's like a little city, and like
yeah,
you have the women who are like, it was always about somebody's girlfriend all the
yeah.
time. It's
Because it's a
always
lot
a
more
relationship.
emotional. It's a lot more emotion based, and because
Yes,
my ex wife was in state prison while I was in federal prison on unrelated stuff, but she and I
we
would
all
write
get our
letters.
we all get our periods at the same time
Yeah,
in the prison. It's like you have two groups. You have the beginning of the month girls that have their periods at the beginning of the month, and then the girls that have their periods, at towards the ends of the month. And it is freaking horrible, dude. It's horrible. It
yeah,
was
and then like
torture.
she would talk to me about it, and she'd be like, and so and I tell my wife this all the time. Like I have the perspective of like a 65-year-old man now because when I was in prison, all I did was like read and think. Like I'd sit around like a monk and just think about life. And when I'd be writing my ex-wife, she would be telling me all those things, and then I recognized what it was because I could see it in myself and other guys because especially if you're on opioids compared to like meth, you of course but like meth just overtakes your entire system, and coke is what it is, but like Xanaxes, opioids, all that, they just dull everything in your body so much that when you get clean, you start feeling emotions you haven't felt in so long. And then there's all those girls in there who've been just doled down to nothing for so long. And then now their emotions are turning back on and they feel good physically. So they're like, oh, well, I love you. And you're like,
Yep,
well, you don't love her. You
yep.
never met a girl in your life. You don't love her, but you're just
Most of the girls
misinterpreting.
in there become gay for the state, but they're not really, they're not really lesbians. They're just there, just at the moment because they're, like you said, they're starting to feel their feelings and they're getting all like emotional and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they start getting into their emotions turn back on, and then when you're speaking to somebody who's you can relate to, now you guys have an instant connection, and a lot of them misinterpret it for a physical thing, whereas it's more emotionally driven in women's prisons, whereas in men's prisons it's just whatever. I mean, I never saw like a when I was at the low there was a lot of guys who were gay or bi, but also at the low those guys are most of the time sex offenders in that category.
Oh,
So,
really?
oh
Do
yeah,
they
at the
have,
low.
is there any like guys that are like, like, how do I say, like I see in the movies, they have guys that are like They are trans. They are guys that have transitioned to having the women's parts, except for they don't have, they still have a pee-pee, but they have breasts and hair. Was there anybody like that when you were in prison?
So there's very few of those guys at the medium.
Okay.
But when I got to the low, I was in A, but I walked into the wrong unit. I went into A1, and I walked to the very back of the unit, and there was this really dark-skinned guy, and he had like a bob haircut, like the Karen haircut type.
Yeah.
And he had a T-shirt on with the T-shirt pulled in between his boobs, like they used to do, like in the 90s.
Yeah.
But he was stacked, like big C's, small D's, stacked.
Wow.
And then he had a pair of like cotton basketball shorts on, but he had them tailored to where they were booty shorts. So when I walked by him, I was like, what is that? What is that? It was my first day, you know what I mean? I don't know what's going on. So I only saw two guys like that who had the modifications or the surgeries. But
sometimes I always wondered.
Most of them try to be sneaky with it, as far as like on the hookup link. But you have a couple guys, like they're just, this is my man. They hold hands, they take walks, and like But that dude's boyfriend, he was like 23. He was from New Orleans, and that dude was a tank. And he'd always be fighting somebody, because the trans woman was kind of slutty. Like, he would hook up with all kinds of dudes. But then his boyfriend was like, no, it's just me and her. So he would always have to fight all the dudes this dude had been hooking up with. Like, it was a mess.
Oh Lord, I can just imagine. I know the drama is bad in women's prison, but I figured there had to be a little bit of craziness going on with the guys. Now, tell me about this. Tell me, here on TikTok, I see all these guys who are in prison who are with cell phones, and they're getting themselves like pen pals and women online that like send them money, and these women literally want the guys that are in prison. They are looking for a prison boyfriend.
So at my first spot, I didn't know any guys who had any pen pal girlfriends. At the low, I knew one or two. Also, to the cell phones, that's more of a state prison thing, because the feds, the cops get paid too much to risk it all by bringing in contraband. You know what I mean? Whereas in the state, the cops make like $33,000 a year. So if I'm going to give you $5,000 for a throwaway phone, why not? But so I went in. I got to Manchester, Kentucky, which is the closest federal prison to my house, in 2015, and I met a bunch of. And I stayed there till I released, and there was probably 4 or 5 guys there who had prison pen pal, like they were on the pen pal sites, because there's websites where they send out brochures to prisoners, and then you send them like a money order, and they send you a thing, and you write out your profile on paper, and they upload it, and then girls can just contact you directly. So I met one dude. His name was Shane Calley. He had a life sentence. He shouldn't have had a life sentence, but he was like he's a small town guy who was like a menace his whole life. And then there was a murder come up, and they were like, oh, we can put this on him easy. And they got him. It was kind of one of those, his case was more of a karma case versus him actually being in jail for what he was charged with. And then, so he met this girl who was actually like a prison advocate lawyer. She started pushing motions of discovery, motions for retrial, all that. And the judge, every time, she filed 4 of them while I was there, but every time she would file them, the judge would say, your motion is correct, but you've timed out. It's been too long, so you can't count it, which I think is the most absurd thing in the world.
What does that mean, they timed out? What does that mean?
So if you go to trial and you get found guilty, you have like 3 to 5 years to file a motion for retrial, like an appeal. And then after you file the appeal, you have like up to 10 years to file a motion to introduce new evidence, right? So when he met this girl, because anytime the things his lawyer filed in the first cases, they were like, oh, we don't have the gun, we don't have the DNA stuff, they just did all that. But when she filed the motions, she found the gun, she found all the beer bottles and cigarette butts that they collected at the scene. But it was 12 years after it happened, and he only had up to 10 years after it happened. And she had it tested independently for DNA, and nothing matched his, proving that he didn't do it. And also, the guy who actually did it confessed 8 years after Shane got put in prison because he was dying of cancer. He confessed and said, no, it wasn't Shane, it was me. And, you guys got the wrong guy. But they hated it. He was such a terror when he was out there that they were like, okay, cool, and didn't say shit to the defense attorney. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when this pen pal girlfriend comes along 12 years in, she finds out all this information, but the judge is like, oh, sorry, you only had 10 years to file that.
Do you know how many people are wrongfully convicted and behind bars for not, they didn't do it. They did not do it. And they're literally behind bars.
Yeah, they'll die there. And Shane will die there. And that's the crazy part. Shane was actually a good guy. He was a wild man, and I could tell if they let him out, he'd go right back to being a wild man after 17 years. But it's still not okay. You can't do that.
Right.
That's supposed to separate us from everybody else, is you can't do that. You got to get him on what you put him there for,
Yeah. Yeah. It happens so much. I was watching like a documentary on, I don't know what channel it was, but it was showing these guys that were in there that were wrongfully convicted, and that not a company, but like this place that helps them like get out of prison, they go to bat for them and do the research and prove through DNA and stuff that they weren't the person that did it, and they help them get out. And it's so interesting. But I'll tell you, it was sad, man, to see these people that have been in prison for like 17 years, 20 years, and then they are just getting out. Damn. But the state would have to give them a lot of money for that.
Oh, so this is what's crazy. So talking about the money part, there's only like 11 states that if you get put in prison for something you didn't do and they have to let you out, there's only like 11 states that are liable to give you money. There's a guy in Alabama who did 33 years on death row, and he got out. They did not give him $1. And since he wasn't a convicted felon, right? Because what they did when they opened it back up and looked at it, okay, yeah, you're right, sir. Sorry about that. See you later, and let him out. He wasn't a convicted felon, so he couldn't apply for any benefits on that aspect of it either.
Damn.
So if you listen to Joe Rogan has this guy on every 3 months. His name's Josh Dubin. He's an advocate for the Innocence Project. He's a lawyer who does.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
Yeah, their stuff's really good. But what's this? And this kind of goes to what you were saying. So Shane contacted the Innocence Project and said, "Hey guys, this is what's up. These are all the court documents and reference numbers I have for my case. Can you please take a look at it?" And it's a slam dunk. Like, it's literally like you could use a clerk to do it and see that it's legit. The Innocence Project has so many submissions for that exact thing that they only take death row cases because they don't have enough guys to advocate for guys who have 150 years, which is the same thing. You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
So, God, it's so wild to see like that, being in prison for like that and seeing cases like that, how much it changed my mindset on the whole government and how the government cares about us and has our best interest. You really, when you see the dark side of it,
they don't give a fuck about us.
Right, but just the same thing. Like, I remember when I first got to prison, nobody in my family had ever been to prison. So when I got there, my mama would come see me, and it would be like a this, that, something's wrong, this is the thing. She'd be like, "Jarrett, I can't believe it's like this." I said, "Mama, it's always been like this, but since it didn't pertain to us, And all we're doing is trying to survive out there. We don't have time to spend energy on worrying about things that have nothing to do with us. And that's just,
Right.
human nature. If you're trying to pay rent and make sure the kids are fed, you don't have time to worry about some asshole who's wrongly convicted,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
90 to 95% of people in the United States think if they arrested you, you did something wrong. Because I used to feel that way. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Why would they arrest you if you didn't do
Guilty
nothing?
until proven innocent.
Yeah, and that was a real big shocker when I woke up to that.
Man, it's really, really sad. And I'll tell you this, like the amount of people that are in prison for drugs, for using drugs, for shoplifting to get drugs, and because of their addiction, like if we could help, we should be helping people instead of putting them in prison. Like they're just like people that are using drugs. I don't think if you go to prison for possession, like I honestly don't think
No,
that you should
never.
have. I don't think you should go to prison for possession. I think that if you have drugs on you, they should offer you support and help. I believe that I hope that one day they'll legalize things here so that way, I just feel like punishing people for having a substance abuse problem is stupid,
I always thought that was the dumbest thing ever, and then I started looking into it, and I was like, well, that's the only way we get out of it.
Look at the other. There's other countries that have already done it.
Oh, look at Portugal. Portugal is the exact.
Yeah.
Portugal. Not only did they reduced crime, they reduced prison population, but they also reduced the number of obviously ODs. They reduced the number of, but they also reduced the number of users. Like that's the number you need to worry about. If you can take it from 1 million to 500,000, a lot of the petty things that come along with that go away, But then, and then you have like you see like right now in California, and I understand conceptually what the Democrats were trying to do in California. They were like, well, if you get caught shoplifting, we're not going to take you to jail. But they set the bar. If you get caught shoplifting up to $900, we're not going to take you to jail. So now there's no CVS's in San Francisco anymore because people would literally walk in there with backpacks and just stuff them full of shit and walk out, and they can't say anything because it's not a crime.
Wow.
So you have to find a balance, and it's such a large scale that you can't really make just like a broad sweeping thing like that or lock everybody up. Like you got to find a middle ground,
I never in a million years thought I would end up in prison. I didn't think I would end up addicted to drugs. And I didn't go to prison for a long time, but going to prison, my dad still talks about the experience. He still talks about the way it felt having to come visit me on the weekends to see me and how it broke him. It broke my dad's heart.
Oh, my mom's the same way. It's so traumatic because you're like, this is not what I wanted you to do. Like, it hurts them because then they have that whole thing where they feel like they failed you.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with them, But they can't, especially if your parents were struggling when you were little, they feel like, well, if I would have been doing better in life, then they wouldn't have, had all whatever they had going on to feel like they needed to make themselves feel better. It's bananas.
My mom or my dad ended up saying the same thing to me that your mom said to you, that him and my mom weren't going to love me to death because I was affecting my parents' marriage. They were like on the borderline of getting divorced
from your choices.
Yeah, because I was a wild person and I was affecting them to the point where like my mom was lying to my dad to cover for me and try to not upset him, and then my dad would find out.
Yep.
It was a shit show. And my dad straight up told me, he was like, we cannot do this anymore. Like, I'm not going to lose your mom because of your addiction. Like, you have to go, and they would never let me come back. I never went back to my parents' house. They never let me move back in. or anything. I would be homeless. You know what I mean? Now, if I would sober up, of course they would let me come, sleep there until I could find my own place. But it would only be very, very short term, like maybe a week or two. And if I did anything, if they even had an inkling that I was using, I was out of there.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember one time. So when I was in the rehab, you could get like after you've been there for like 2 or 3 months, you would get a 24-hour pass on Friday. Friday or Saturday you get a pass, and
Yeah.
then after you did 6 of those without having any problems, you could get a 48-hour pass. So this rehab ended up being in the little town my mom grew up in. So she knew the guy who was the director. She knew a bunch of the people, and I'd been there about 6 months, or probably 5 months, and I was doing really good. And we were driving, and I don't know, we're about to get off the exit. We're about 5 minutes away from the thing. And I mean, my brain is so fried, I can't remember hardly anything about anything. But we were driving, and we're about to get off the exit. I said, and I remember I saw a show, and it was talking about the parents of drug addicts. And I was like, she was just driving. I just turned to her, like we're in the car, and I turned sideways in the passenger seat and looked at her. I was like, "Hey, Mom, I just want you to know this, because I don't know if you feel this way, but I've seen that a lot of parents do feel this way. I just want you to know my drug addiction has nothing to do with any of the choices you made in your life. My drug addiction came from, I tried pain pills one time, and my body was like, this is the greatest thing that I've ever felt ever. I said, it has nothing to do with you being a bad mom, a young mom, or not taking care of me, because you did everything you could, and I saw that. So just know that everything I've put myself through has nothing to do with you, and it's 100% me." And when I say I could literally see the fucking weight lift off of her shoulders, like she just took the biggest breath and started crying. And she was like, I felt that way this whole time for years. I was like, no, don't, because it's not you. And because a lot of kids did have like shitty things when they were young from their parents that felt like, but I didn't. I just
Me
loved
neither.
drugs. I just loved them.
Yeah.
My body was like, this is cool. And so,
Yeah, I was the same way. I had a great life. I had great parents that loved me and took care of me and provided for me and my sisters. I didn't want for nothing. I had everything I needed and wanted.
but the problem was, drugs sometimes make you feel really fucking awesome.
Yeah, they make you feel really great. That's what I always tell my son. I tell him that if you don't do it, you don't have to worry about, trying to stay away from it, because when you use substances, it does make you feel good. It does change the way you feel. And that's why people do it. That's why we keep continuing to do it, because it does give us relief. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But listen, dude, I'm so tired. I'm about to go lay down. But listen, do you want to come on tomorrow night too and hang out with me and talk about prison stuff? Because everybody really likes to listen to that. They said it's really interesting.
Absolutely. We'll we can. Tomorrow's like my first big day of the year as far as work goes, but I'll be good to go by same time, 7 Central, 8 Eastern.
Okay, I'm gonna text you on the DMs and send you my cell phone so you can text me when you get home. Okay?
Yeah.
And I hope your wife don't mind you hanging out with us. Like, tell her I have a husband and all that stuff, and it's nothing weird.
Oh, no,
nothing weird.
She loves it.
No
She
funny
knows I'm a
business.
talker, and she knows I like talking about this shit. Nothing but good vibes with that. Don't worry about that.
Okay, cool. And tomorrow you'll come on, and so that way people can see you, and that way I can upload the video on YouTube if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. All right. I'm going to text you. I'm going to send you my cell phone number, okay? Text me tomorrow.
All right, thanks, sis. Be good.
All right, you too. Bye.
Bye.
My brother, man, me and him, we hit it off hardcore on here. So I'm going to have him on tomorrow night, and we'll talk some more about prison and stuff like that, because it is super interesting talking about men's prison and women's prison. And I kind of want to ask him some stuff about being in the SHU for as long as he was, because, when they punish you and they put you in solitary confinement for 3 months, 4 months, think about that. You are literally locked up away from everybody. No connection. It's horrible. Hey, honey, no, I'm actually just got done typing it up, and I'm sending it over to my boss for him to look over it and edit it. And then I will, when it gets posted on our website, I'm going to make a video and share about it. So it'll probably get posted on the website by like Wednesday, Thursday this week. Okay, but you will definitely know about it because we are going to have a celebration, and I'm going to interview the people. I'm going to have people on to share their stories that are on there. And like I said, I really appreciate all of you guys who tagged people and are participating. For people who are trying to make it a negative thing, get out of here, dude. We're trying to have a good time. We're encouraging each other. This is not like something to hurt people or discourage people. Like, this is literally a fun thing to encourage recovery content creators. It's not, I don't know how people can turn this into something negative, but you know they already are here on TikTok. But I did it last year, and we did it, my company that I work for, we did it last year, and it's on our website. And there was 25 people on it last year. And so this year it'll be a new 25 people. And then next year we'll do it and it'll be new 25 people. So each year people will have an opportunity to be nominated. So it's fair. It's awesome. It's healthy. It's a little healthy competition, I guess you could say, where it's something to look forward to be recognized and been given props for your content. That's all it is. It's not, shouldn't be anybody taking this out of context and making it negative. And you don't have to participate if you don't want to. It's really that simple. You know what I'm saying? But I will have it up by the middle of this week. I promise you guys. And I will post it across all my platforms. Okay? So you guys be good. I love you guys. Me and K-Dub will be on tomorrow night talking about prison, okay? All right. Night, you guys.